Hi, this is Evelyn from EC Projects. This video is dedicated to folks at home who don't necessarily have a fully stocked home bar who still want to make absolutely delicious cocktails. I'm going to show you tools that you can find in a regular functioning kitchen to replace stuff like the julep strainer, fancy hawthorn strainers, a fancy bar spoon, measuring jiggers, some shaker tins, and a mixing glass. I'm not gonna throw that. Today, let's make a classic gin martini and a daiquiri with tequila. You don't need fancy glasses, you can drink it out of a mug or whatever you'd like. It's your home. Ice is super important in making cocktails and I'll show you why. So let's start off with the daiquiri with tequila. If you don't have shaker tins, you can pretty much use anything with a lid that you can find at home with a wide opening. Shaker bottles is good with that. A thermos, even better. I weirdly like to use a bottom for everything. It's stainless steel or the glass ones are fine. Just make sure it's tempered. It strains everything for you. If you don't have any of that, don't worry. A mug and a plate also works. Again, make sure it's tempered so when you're shaking, it doesn't break the glass. So in terms of measuring vessels, a measuring cup is totally fine. A tablespoon is great. Any sort of like lid-like thing would also work. You just work in parts instead of measurement. Lastly, you're gonna need the ingredients. So mini bottle of tequila, a little bit of sugar, and 1 full lime. First, you need your shaking device of choice. I've chosen a thermos and your lime. So you just want to cut the lime in half. And if you don't have a juicer like that, that's totally fine. And then quarter them. And what we're going to do is measure it out. So ideally, you want 4 parts tequila, 2 parts lime juice, and just under 1 part sugar. So now you want to fill it half full with lime juice, which is 30 ml. Obviously, make sure your hands are sanitized before this. What you can do is just take a lime, take a fork, pierce it through the middle, and give it a hard squeeze. Then you want to add half the amount of sugar into the measuring device or directly into your vessel because sugar dissolves quicker in citrus. Give it a nice little stir. Then you want to add 2 ounces of tequila, which is around 60 ml. And then you're going to fill your shaking device with enough ice to make sure it's nice and diluted. I usually recommend a 1-to-1 water and ice ratio. So the ice should always be higher than the level of liquid. So now the purpose is to make sure that the ice, no matter what device you use, is hitting the top and the bottom of the vessel. You can sort of hear the ice breaking down and becoming a little bit slushy. And all you have to do is strain it into your favorite rocks glass and add some ice. Now the important thing to remember here is to pack your drink filled with ice. And the reason why is because every single ice cube contributes to keeping the top and the bottom of the drink cold through the entire time of you drinking it. Next, we're going to show you how to make a gin martini straight up with a twist. Straight up just means no vermouth and it's served up in one of these martini glasses. So now we need to find something to stir the martini in that is not necessarily a beautiful mixing glass. You can pretty much use anything you'd like. Again, bottle works, trusty bottom, awesome, or even a coffee mug with something that fits over it. For devices to strain the liquid out, it's pretty easy. You can pretty much just find anything that will fit over the top of your device. A spatula kind of thing works. Your pasta scoop works if it fits in here. Even like a salad spoon or things that hold your salad spoon. So for the sake of making it super easy and accessible, I know everyone has a mug, so we're going to use a mug today. So just because this cocktail is one ingredient, you don't necessarily have to measure it, but for the sake of moderation, I totally would. And I'm using this cap for a bottle as a measure. This is around 25 ml. So what I'm actually going to do is pour 2 portions of this, 2 parts of this, for a 50 ml gin martini. So it's a tinier than 2 ounce. Just pour it directly in your stirring vessel. Again, ice is essential for this operation, so make sure you pack the ice at a 1-to-1 ratio, make sure the ice is above your liquid level. Now, in terms of something to stir the martini with, if you don't have a bar spoon, that's totally okay. A regular chopstick would work. That's probably the easiest thing to find. If you don't have regular chopsticks, order some sushi, support your local, use disposable chopsticks. Now, you don't want to put the chopstick in the middle and make noise just because it doesn't allow for the momentum of the ice to properly chill your martini. The easiest way to do this is to brace your chopstick against the inside wall of your glass and then create the stirring motion. You only have to do this for about 15 to 20 seconds. You know you're done when the liquid levels start to rise up and the ice levels no longer drop. This is why it's so integral to have enough ice in your vessel, just so that your cocktail is perfectly cold when it comes out, even if it's stirred, not shaken. So now once this cocktail is done diluting, you want to take your strainer, pop it over your stirring vessel, and strain it carefully into your cocktail glass. Now it's time to make a twist. If you don't have a vegetable peeler, it's totally cool. The easiest way is to take a lemon, cut away from yourself, try to follow the direction, the curvature of the fruit. There you go, a nice peel. All you have to do is give it a squeeze, and you can dump it in, you can toss it, whatever it is. There you go, here's your perfect martini.